Hi, everybody. Wonderful to see you. Um, as you can tell, I did put a little makeup on today. Um, I don't do that very often, but I did today. Um, I like to think of myself as awake and that I'm ascending or ascended. And last night, I have to laugh at myself because um, something happened that made me go, what, where, why did I just go there? But um, I have tried to live my life without expectations and without getting upset over little things and um, just going with the flow and letting life land as it will. And, you know, like with my story, my book, I'm not attached to it any longer. I detached myself a long time ago. And so I'm able to tell the story without any um, attachment to it. Sometimes I'll feel a little twinge because I'll think of the person I lost, especially my son or my daughter. Um, but it's just for a brief moment and it's gone again. But as far as um, being upset with things that other people did to me, I'm not, and I choose not to be because I have learned so much and I've become the person I am through those lessons that I had to go through. And I honestly, when I was writing out I don't know if you call it introduction or um, the early part of my book, where you talk about it and you thank people um, for for their support and their input. And I asked a number of people after I wrote it, I said, I don't want this to come off as sarcastic, yet I want it to be very honest. And I want to thank the people who did these things to me. People who raped me, people who molested my daughter, people who abused me and mistreated me, um, people who didn't support me, who instead supported the narcissist. And I tried to write it in a way that um, I'm honestly being thankful to them because if it weren't for them, I wouldn't have learned these lessons. And I don't want to come off as being sarcastic, oh, thank you because you did this to me. And, you know, that isn't how I feel about it. I honestly am grateful to them for teaching me the lessons that they taught me. And um, anyway, last night, like I said, most of the time, I just go along in life with happy go lucky, peaceful serenity, doing great. And last night, my husband was getting ready to leave, and he was inside the camper getting all his things together. And he had watered some of the plants outside, but not all of them. So I needed to go outside and finish watering. and I knew that he wouldn't have time to do it, and that's why I stay at the camper, so I can be available to do the watering of the plants. And I enjoy um, watering the plants and working with the garden, so I had no problem doing that. I went out and I started doing the watering, and I got most of it done. And, well, no, I got about half of it done. And the mosquitoes found me. And they just started eating at me and gnawing and chewing and biting. And, just, I'd chase them off one spot and they'd go to another spot. And I'd chase them off that spot and they'd go to another spot. And it was awful. So I was getting pretty sick of it, but it was getting quite dark, so I didn't want to stop what I was doing to run inside and get the mosquito repellent. So I was just trying to hurry up and get it done. Well, I was getting a little agitated at the mosquitoes because they just wouldn't leave me alone. And I was hurrying to try to get things done. And of course, I do have, I injured, well, about 3 years ago, I was picking my dog up off our couch here at the camper, and I bent and leaned and moved the wrong way, and my hip went out of joint. And when I stood up, I was shocked because my hip just dropped right out. And I stood up real fast and the hip went back into place. But it didn't go completely in place because when it dropped, it tilted my pelvis and my spine tipped a little bit, and everything tipped towards the left. And I've been to a chiropractor, I've been to doctors, there's so far no one that's been able to help me, so I've been trying to just do my normal chores and my normal life and pushing myself as much as I can until it gets so painful that I have to sit down. And I do that like every 5-10 minutes when I'm out watering. I have to sit down and take a little break. So between the mosquitoes biting me and my back and pelvis bothering me, I was, in a hurry, wanted to get in. I guess I had set some expectations, which I don't normally do and I don't like to do. And I wanted to get in. And so I finished watering and my husband came outside to talk to me. And as I was pulling the hose over and stacking it up or putting it away, and this is a really long, it's 2 real long hoses put together, so it takes a little while to get it wrapped up and put away. And we have 3.3 acres of land out here, and where was the one spot that he had to step on as I'm pulling was the hose. And I said, "Get off the hose." And he, "I only stepped on it for a moment. Why are you hollering at me? You're being mean to me." And I'm like, well, I need to get inside. I want to get done with what I'm doing. Why did you have to step on the hose? Why couldn't you just step over it? Well, you know, why did I ask that question? It was dumb. But so often in our lives, we get busy with what we're doing and we start living our lives, pulling our hose, having expectations and, wanting to get things done in our way. And somebody comes along and steps on our hose and slows us down or stops us for a while. And it can be a little irritating. But, I don't know if he meant to do it or if he didn't mean to do it. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is I didn't need to get irritated because he stepped on my hose. And in life, you're always going to have somebody stepping on your hose. That's just the way life is. And the angels were laughing at me after it happened. They were the ones that said, you go through life, you're always going to have somebody stepping on your hose. So they thought I should share this with you and, just tell you that don't get stuck in your expectations or, your ideas of what you have to get done and how you have to do it. And, because somebody's always going to step on your hose. And sometimes it's going to be somebody who you really love and you don't want to hurt them. And what's the sense, it, it was just so funny, and it happens to all of us that someone comes along, especially people who are close to us, who we love, and they stop us from doing something we want to do. And I choose, or try to choose, tonight I didn't choose so well, to deal with it with love, kindness, and understanding. So, tomorrow's another day. Today's another day. I will do better. And I won't get mad at anybody who steps on my hose. Blessings, love, light, namaste. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.